Gorilla Monsoon claims that the Royal Rumble match has taken place and then the remaining titles will be after that, just like when Bobby Heenan thought the Rumble match was going to take place a few short minutes after the opening match last year. Because Howard Finkel didn't have time to finish introducing the Steiner brothers, I guess they are just Rick and Scott with no Steiner for the night. Cannot resist taking a sit up because I think this sets a record. We are literally 2 minutes on the air and the first match has begun. Don't you just love it when WWF doesn't waste time and jumps straight into the action? While WWF itself jumps straight into the action, Bo Beverly unfortunately does not because of the non-stop complaining about Scott Steiner pulling his hair. Drama queen alert.
Complaining about pulling of the tights.
Bo Beverly is running out of excuses fast. He claims Scott Steiner pulled at his tights despite the fact that Scott only lifted up Bo by his upper body on the hip toss. What's next? Is he going to complain about Scott touching his exposed skin?
And the unveiling of Narcissus.
Bobby Heenan talks non-stop about the unveiling of the one who happens to be Lex Luger later on. This happens all night long before the Royal Rumble match too. Alright, that was actually funny to see Rick Steiner running laps around the ring and then he just casually shoves Bo Beverly off the apron. I like a nice piece of comedy every once in a while.
Belly to belly, yes! Oh.
Either Scott Steiner should have lifted up Blake Beverly higher in that belly-to-belly throw, or Blake Beverly should have flipped himself forward more because, holy shit, he almost landed on his head and that could have caused really horrific results.
Backbreaker.
Well, that has got to be the softest backbreaker I have ever seen. Protecting your opponents is a must, but don't make it obvious to the fans watching.
They were smart.
Attempted strangulation.
Ramming him into that top turnbuckle.
Scott Steiner was clearly rammed into Blake Beverly's foot when he placed it on the top turnbuckle, but go ahead. Blake Beverly can't even lock in the Boston Crab properly. Gotta lift the legs just a little bit higher and bend them by sitting back. Here it just looks like he's lifting Scott's legs to turn him into a tree.
Oh, look at that!
That German suplex throw from Rick Steiner was actually very good, and Blake Beverly landed from it with perfection. Rocky start, but a great opening match. Damn, I don't even see that counter in today's pro wrestling. That was such an epic way to slip away from an electric chair and clothesline combination. You know what? We don't have many sins on the counter. Let's just start fresh.
This vendetta is going to finish here today. Oh, he is not.
Because I looked at the planned results of tonight before I even showed up to commentate this event and want to spoil it because I'm an asshole. Even back in the day, WWF cut to the audience watching the video package that we, the viewers, were just watching on our full screens and it's irritating.
While she was in a hospital.
I guess this is part of the curse that put Shawn Michaels on top of the world while Marty Jannetty fell into obscurity. Shawn creates his own thing, while Marty retains everything about the Rockers, from the music to the entrance to the outfit.
He's inviting her in, but she's not moving.
Just by seeing Sensational Sherry refusing to enter the ring at his request, this should confirm to Shawn Michaels that she's going to ultimately side with Marty Jannetty later in the match. That would instantly raise the red flag to me.
Take a walk.
Seriously, one single punch from Marty Jannetty is enough for Shawn Michaels to start running away even with Bobby Heenan encouraging it? Damn.
Uncharacteristic move by the champion.
Literally all of Marty Jannetty's punches are missing his target completely, yet is still affecting Shawn Michaels somehow.
Oh, Sherry hasn't shown her.
What in the fuck was that kind of landing supposed to be? I think Shawn Michaels might be part trampoline.
Oh, what a knee lift.
I'm sorry, but there is no way that knee would be enough to send Shawn flying over the top rope like that. He's really overselling a lot here, and not in the good way. Did Marty piss him off backstage or something? I think he did.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna assume that Marty's plan is to toss Shawn over the top rope on every side of the ring. If that's the case, 2 more to go.
Are you kidding?
Boy, this crowd got quiet really fast. We're only 2 minutes into the match, and it started off fast and furious, and now it's quieter than the local library.
Come on, Shawn, get back. Oh. She didn't say it.
What? Don't get me wrong, I like it sometimes when Shawn spins around after getting hit, but really?
Jannetty with a
Marty probably got entertained at the idea of Shawn doing so many corkscrew flips from his top rope punch and wanted to see it again, and that was his undoing.
Is that a look of concern? She winked. She winked.
Bobby Heenan is doing such a terrible job at keeping Sensational Sherry's allegiance a secret. By repeating that she's with Shawn Michaels, he's literally spoiling that Sherry's going to side with Marty Jannetty. Just like Gorilla Monsoon constantly bringing up Ric Flair's odds of winning the Rumble being slim to none before it ultimately happened.
Action's gone to the concrete.
Gorilla Monsoon and his never-ending claims that the obviously soft blue mats are concrete floors. It never ends.
See, what I would do right now is pile driver him on the steps. That way you crack his head open and you break both shoulders at the same time.
I'm starting to get a little concerned about Bobby Heenan over there on commentary. That was very dark.
They called you the original gutless wonder.
You're talking to the wrong people.
Some of the things said on commentary are annoying, but that was very creative and funny on the part of Bobby Heenan declaring Gorilla Monsoon talked to the wrong people about what to call him. Alright, Marty, you have been a thorn in my path for the last time. I am going to finish you off right here, right— Ooh, french fries look good over there.
Right now.
I'm surprised Shawn Michaels didn't do several backflips, rolled around the ring, flew over the top rope, jumped over the barricade, climbed up the stairs into the fans, and then rolled back down those stairs after getting caught with that boot. Would have preferred that both men went falling back outside the ring from that suplex, but it was still a good landing from Shawn Michaels, enough that I'll take a sin off.
She gonna help him? Oh!
See? Told you it was completely obvious, especially when Sherry slowly approached Shawn in suspicious fashion. Marty Jannetty finally has Shawn Michaels where he wants him and has the chance to win the Intercontinental Championship, so he spends all the time in the world not doing everything I just said in this sin. What a shame. The last few minutes of this match was action-packed. Counter after counter, pinfall after pinfall. It's just a shame that the entire match wasn't like this, but here you go. Another sin taken off the counter. This is honestly a better event than last year's edition already, and I hope I didn't just jinx that because I kinda do that all the time. The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point in the match cliche, and damn, Shawn Michaels didn't even try to make it look unintentional with that elbow shot.
I think Jannetty punched the ref, didn't he?
I get that Bobby is supporting the bad guy here, but that claim was just dumb, even from a heel standpoint.
She's gonna do a number on him! Oh!
Whacking Shawn Michaels in the face with her high heel was completely obvious, which caused Marty Jannetty to be on the receiving end of it. If you really wanted to do some damage, why not just kick Shawn right in his Michaels or something? That sweet chin music was nowhere near as impactful as any of the other times Shawn Michaels has hit it, but it was somehow enough to cause Marty Jannetty to go sailing out into space. Kind of an awkward finish if you ask me.
Hysterical!
Where the fuck did that orange come from? Not gonna lie, that was a little weird. The Big Boss Man charges into the ring ready to attack Bam Bigelow with his nightstick, but then poses around. Hell, Bam stayed in the ring too, so I think he wanted to fight.
I think he takes advantage, boss man.
He didn't even wait for the bell to ring, Brain.
Actually, he did. The bell rang, and then Big Boss Man turned his back on Bam Bigelow, which allowed the latter to take advantage and attack him. If the bell rings, it's fair game, so I don't see what the complaint is for.
Out and down to the concrete.
Will you please stop calling it the concrete? Does Gorilla Monsoon think a trampoline park is a concrete factory or something?
Someone caught him with his hand in the cash register.
The fuck was that?
Will you stop?
Bam Bigelow has such poor coordination in that headbutt dive that I believe he would have missed his target even if the Big Boss Man didn't even move.
You give him a break, he's gonna take advantage of it.
Bobby Heenan would be great at Cinema Sins 2 expansion. What is Bam Bigelow thinking, letting Big Boss Man recover from all that punishment?
Over.
Bam clearly missed Big Boss Man completely with that headbutt to the back, yet it still affected Boss Man.
On Bret.
Previously on WWF, on a moment where I still question how Owen Hart did not see Razor Ramon coming when he clearly attacked in full view of Owen.
I'm going to have your gold.
Even without the WWF Championship, Razor Ramon already has more gold on him than the Sacramento Kings ever did. WWF is a dick to Razor Ramon by showing this pre-match interview of Bret the Hitman Hart during Razor's entrance.
And the winner will be the winner of the Royal Rumble matches.
Well, I mean, there's a possibility of Bret Hart losing his championship before WrestleMania 9 even takes place. Not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying there's always that possibility. That kid in the front row is definitely the luckiest kid in the world to get the shades of Bret Hart, and then got impaled by Razor Ramon's toothpick, weakly saying, "Awesome," as he collapses to the ground with his thumbs up.
You don't want to make a mistake when you're in the...
Razor Ramon is still fresh, right? So how does he not swipe his leg away from the rope before Bret Hart jumps on it? Begging for mercy isn't going to make him stop, just move your leg out of the way. What, did Razor Ramon's leg magically heal itself all because he has the offense in this match? Bret has been targeting it for the last 5 minutes, put it in multiple submission holds, and even whacked it against the ring post many times. Yet Razor was able to jump off the apron and land on the injured leg without even so much as a wince in pain.
right side of that ribcage, further damage.
You have an injured leg! How are you able to do this move without even a single limp afterwards? Even Bret Hart's mother at ringside is cringing because Razor Ramon is suddenly no-selling the leg injury. Whoever that fan is with a no mercy sign, they must really want WWF to name a future pay-per-view after that and will stop at nothing to get their wish. Don't worry guys, that elbow is going to magically heal itself within seconds just like Razor's left leg did.
Razor down.
Razor Ramon didn't even shove Bret Hart off of him when he kicked out of the pin, yet that somehow caused Bret to go sailing out of the ring. Woody Bat Stu Hart at ringside said, "What the hell are you doing, kid?"
I condone that when the title's on the line.
Gorilla Monsoon condones Bret Hart biting Razor Ramon simply because the title was on the line, but what are the odds that he would be complaining about it if Razor was the one doing the biting despite the title being on the line?
Still there.
Hold on, coming.
Razor Ramon was already starting to fall before Bret Hart could truly connect the running bulldog. I think he remembered the leg injury. Too little, too late.
For the sharpshooter.
Bret Hart's legs are completely out of bounds throughout this entire pinfall, yet the referee ignores it and continues to count Razor's shoulders because he's a dick.
Get him around.
The referee doesn't get knocked out and clearly knew that Razor Ramon intentionally grabbed him to trip up Bret Hart, so why doesn't he call for the disqualification like he's supposed to? Probably retaliation for Razor intentionally tripping him, but still, fast counts during matches are always a sin. Careful, Bret, you're almost yanking down Razor's trunks, and while he is hot, that wouldn't exactly be good for TV.
The moment you've been waiting for.
Indeed, the moment I've been waiting for, the moment to skip this and move straight on to the Royal Rumble match because that's more important than this. Howard Finkel introduces Caesar and Cleopatra as guests for the Royal Rumble match since WrestleMania 9 is going to be in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace. So why is the camera zooming in on this section of the arena where they are not making their entrance?
Invite you to WrestleMania.
I'm here from the future. Don't trust them. Do not accept this invite. Just trust me on this one. Run while you still can.
Look at this, number 1.
I'm pretty sure Gorilla Monsoon is going to think twice about doubting Ric Flair entering at number 1 and lasting the entire length after what went down last year.
Monsoon of 2.
The Royal Rumble match has begun and we already got a center mover for Ric Flair being, well, Ric Flair. Am I gonna shake her hand? Nope, gonna embrace my hair. Woo!
Neither one of these men will be there at the end.
Never mind, Gorilla automatically believes neither Ric Flair nor Bob Backlund is going to last all the way to the end, which is something that Bob Backlund ends up doing as he was second to last eliminated.
This Royal Rumble will.
Bob Backlund merely tripped Ric Flair. I'm assuming Ric lacks the abilities to get tripped and always jumps like he's a cartoon who slipped on a banana peel.
Regardless of the outcome of this one.
Bob Backlund has Ric Flair prone for elimination, yet chooses not to. He could have easily ran forward and threw Ric out of the ring and problem solved.
He might make them both disappear.
Or Papa Shango can make himself disappear in about 30 seconds.
Oh, look at this! Backlund with the help!
Bullshit. Bob Backlund had nothing to do with the elimination of Papa Shango. It was entirely Ric Flair.
These 2 minutes must seem like an eternity.
You have no patience. Ted DiBiase entered less than 40 seconds ago and these 2 minutes already seem like an eternity?
Front of this onslaught, whoa.
Man, I'm pretty sure a double elbow shot would cause Bob Backlund to fall backward, not twist around first and fall the other way.
Oh, look at that!
The records say that Ted DiBiase eliminated Brian Knobbs during this moment. I don't even think we should give Ted DiBiase credit for Brian Knobbs' elimination because that looked more like Brian eliminated himself. Jerry Lawler is perched on the second rope above Ric Flair and Virgil, yet it's too much for both men to simply throw over the top rope.
He hasn't come to the curtain yet.
Max Moon just got eliminated by Jerry Lawler, but it is instantly ignored by the commentators because the countdown is on. Gotta keep your eyes on both balls here. Nah, that was horrible.
Oh, look at this, Virgil.
Well done, Ric Flair. You just helped Virgil get back into the ring instead of doing everything in your power to eliminate him. Totally brilliant strategy here. Mr. Perfect be like, shall I eliminate Ric Flair, my arch rival, and last year's Royal Rumble winner? Nah, let's just flip him back into the ring. It's just like me. Perfect! I don't see how that was supposed to hurt Ric Flair since Mr. Perfect let him go way before he could finish flipping forward. And there goes whatever money Bobby Heenan had bet on Ric Flair's second consecutive victory. Karma's a bitch.
He hung on.
Won't lie, that was impressive to see Skinner do the skin the cat maneuver for someone his size. He may have gotten eliminated seconds later, but I'll still give him the praise. That was pretty creative and amusing to see Alpha of the Wild Samoans literally throw his son Samu into the ring for his Royal Rumble entrance. Starting to get more entertaining here. I like that. Keep it up.
Perfect fighting.
Damn, this is the 4th sin in a row that I am removing. You gotta give praise to Mr. Perfect's dedication to staying in the Royal Rumble match even if it fails. Hanging in there for a long time while Ted DiBiase and Coco Beware are pushing with all their might, and then there's Jerry Lawler trying to pull Mr. Perfect out of the ring after getting eliminated himself. Fucking amazing moment. I would have honestly had removed a 5th sin in a row if Jerry Lawler had just casually got decked by either Paul Bearer or The Undertaker as the latter made his way to the ring. The one time that a wrestler actually exposed the concrete outside the ring to hit a slam and the cameras refused to show what happened. Guaranteed Gorilla Monsoon would have looked at that as a slam onto the soft mat since he believes the mats are concrete.
What is that?
The 1993 Royal Rumble is also known as the night that Giant Gonzalez made his debut for the WWF. And I guarantee nobody even remembers who that was. I don't blame you. He had one feud with The Undertaker heading into the most forgettable WrestleMania of all time, lost again at SummerSlam, and then he left the company afterwards.
Another participant about to come down.
WWF doesn't even bother to show the split screen feature they have been using all match long, all just because Giant Gonzalez is in the ring to confront The Undertaker. You can still show us who's entering next while still showing this.
The Undertaker to the punch.
Considering the referees allowed Randy Savage to continue competing in the Royal Rumble match after eliminating himself last year, what's stopping them from allowing The Undertaker to compete after being eliminated by someone who's not even a participant in the match? That's the equivalent of eliminating yourself, if not worse. Here are 10 sins. Also, elimination at the hands of a non-participant in the Royal Rumble match is always a sin. At least that rule never gets altered. Also, as a result of Giant Gonzalez's appearance, it takes about 5 minutes before this Royal Rumble match actually continues being a Royal Rumble match since everything is practically on pause mode. Where the fuck has Bob Backlund been this entire time? They really downplayed the Royal Rumble match so hard that you instantly forget that certain wrestlers did not get eliminated despite the lack of action in the ring. WWF really fucked up in 1993, didn't they?
Look, he's got him by his tongue.
Bobby Heenan actually confused Urban R. Scheister's tie with his tongue. Yep, I literally just said that.
Last minute work. He got beat up before he got in there.
Was just about to say that myself. At least Samu just got thrown in the ring by Alpha. Meanwhile, Fatu got slapped up all over the place before getting thrown into the ring.
Is that you blowing your nose?
You know, that joke would have been funny after the first or second time we heard the horn instead of the 21st time.
When a man sticks his hand out and shake hands with you, shake it.
Neither Earthquake nor Typhoon even offered a handshake after Typhoon got eliminated. What are you talking about, Bobby?
Former Mr. Everything.
And while you're mentioning all that, I'm just gonna mention the fact that Fatu just got eliminated by Bob Backlund since you're not paying any attention to that and focusing instead on Tito Santana's accomplishments. Also, scene does not contain Alpha returning to the ringside area just to slap the shit out of Fatu since he's been doing that a lot lately.
Threw himself out. Nobody would do that. Oh, look at that. Look out. Oh, there you go.
Urban R. Scheister ends up in the same position as Brian Knobbs earlier, so that's twice that Gorilla Monsoon got proven wrong about nobody throwing themselves out of the Royal Rumble match. And in the same match, no less, too. When you see someone the size of Yokozuna enter the Royal Rumble match, how does the rest of the competition take that so lightly? If I were in there, I'd be like, oh fuck, the biggest competitor has arrived. Maybe we should all team up and do something about this.
He's still on his feet.
Well, yeah, Earthquake hasn't exactly been attacking Yokozuna in ways that would cause him to fall off his feet. Not as impressive just yet.
Carlos Colon got the rocket.
That is clearly Rick Martel with Owen Hart in the corner, not Carlos Colon.
Owen Hart.
Oh my.
Oh shit, the quickness of Owen Hart's elimination was surprising to watch. Yokozuna always amazed me with his quickness and athleticism for someone his size.
Unbelievable.
Yep, gotta commend Bob Backlund on lasting over 61 minutes after all the years of his experience in pro wrestling, close to his 50s during this match, and a fantastic performance.
Pinfalls don't count.
Yokozuna literally wins the Royal Rumble match because of Macho Man Randy Savage being a complete fucking moron who didn't realize that pinfalls don't count. And there you have it, folks.